Anyhow. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of the Unnamed Podcast.
This is
Podcast.
generally a podcast.
The Unnamed Podcast. No, I said pop. Okay.
No, that's why I said it's generally a podcast.
But today it's a podcast.
But we
right,
normally
we're gonna
just talk
explode
shit for an
Kris.
hour.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And we welcome back, I have a squeaky chair today. It's like squeak.
Welcome back,
Everyone.
everyone.
Except Kris. Fuck
Okay.
you. Bye. Bring back food.
No.
Today, yes, we are back. It is a podcast. Kris didn't shut down his phone. I just heard it go off then.
But it was only the vibration of
Still noise, mate. You know how noise works?
it. I know how noise.
Fucking let's get some of that sweet educational money. Let's explain.
Oh, gotcha.
No, welcome back. As always, we'll start things off with some channel news.
Channel notes.
Kris, what's new in the channel news?
We're up to 71 subscribers now.
Is that why news is called news? Because it's new? No, I don't want to think about that.
No, that's too much.
It's going to lead me down a rabbit hole I don't want to be in.
Yeah, fair. But yes, 71 subscribers.
We are indeed.
Good news.
What's coming out this week, Kris?
So Monday, Spyro. The next installment of Spyro came out.
Yeah, that was a long one. Turns out, for all the Spyro stuff I've been doing, there's a level of... So basically all the levels are slightly bigger.
Well, yeah.
But there's also a level of... Though I played the shit out of Spyro 2 back in the day,
Of course.
I probably didn't play it as much as Spyro 1.
Okay.
Because, like, Spyro 1 came out, and Spyro 2 was, like, several years later.
Yeah, it was.
And, you know, this was back in the days when, as a small child, you didn't get a game, like, every week.
Well, as a small
We were
child...
spoiled.
Actually, as a small child, I didn't really get games.
Well, there you go.
We had one of the knockoff. It's like a Commander 64 or something like that.
Commodore 64?
Yes, Commodore
It's
64.
not a knockoff.
A knockoff version.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like, we had
So
that.
you didn't have the Commodore 64, you had...
Some off-brand.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's what we had. So by the time we actually got another console, it was the PS2.
Oh, well, that was a long time.
Yeah.
No, I just, you know, it's just one of those crazy things, right? Like, it's like nowadays, it's like, well, fucking here, just in this room, I have the PS4, the Xbox One X,
Yes.
the PC, the Switch. I want to get the Series X, I just haven't really had a good reason to go out and buy one yet.
No, that's fair.
Because, honestly, I own a lot of games for the Series X. I've bought
You
them.
do.
However, I'm nowhere near playing those games. Because it's like Resident Evil 4 Remake. That's one of them. And I'm like, sweet. I still have to finish all of the other remakes first. Okay?
A lot of the games.
I haven't even decided where I'm starting with those shit.
You're going to be forced to sometime soon.
Canonically? Or actual releases? I don't know. It's just confusing.
We're going canonical.
Canonically. Okay, so what came first? Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil 0?
Well, 0.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't played them.
God.
I always start playing and then freak out and go, no, this is too much. I can't do it.
Okay, fine. Jeez. But having said that, you play a lot on the PC now anyway.
I do play a lot on the PC because I'm big into strategy games.
Yes. And I've been playing a lot of PC, not specifically strategy games, but that's just generally what I've been going to.
That and, like, Helldivers 2 has been very all-consuming.
It has. I haven't actually played much in the last week.
I haven't either. I probably should.
I pretty much just played when we played the other night, and that was it.
I'm trying to think of what I've played recently because, like, I'm a human weirdo, and so, like, I'll literally sit there and be like, I want to play video games today, and then I'll play a video game, or I'll come down and be like, cool, I don't want to play video games today, so I'll literally sit there and do like 9.5 hours of editing.
See, my thing is,
And it's like, yeah, I love this. This is the best game ever.
I've been going through being like, Can't play video games. I've got to start this course. I've got to get in. I've got to do some work. So I started it today instead of on the weekend. Then again, like every day I got home from work, I fucking crashed. Wake up late at night. I'm like, you know what? No. It's not far of me needing to try to get to sleep again. To go
See, and that's why I'm always annoyed when people say to me, "Oh, but you did, you went to university." It's like, yeah, man, but that was like a full-time job. Just because I did all of my stuff on a Monday and then had a 6-day weekend, I needed that 6-day weekend.
Well, yeah, because you did so much on one day.
Oh no, it was just because I really liked the 6-day weekend. And
oh no,
it's a 6-day weekend's kind of like anything. Once you've had it, you don't really want to go back from it.
No, I get that. That makes sense.
But no, I also did have fucking assignments out my wazoo.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And because education is education. It's like, hey, you've got like 4 classes, and you're like, yeah, how each of them has a massive assignment. Yeah. Well, guess what? Yeah, they're all due on exactly the same fucking day. Why? Because we said so. But you didn't give them to me on the same day. No, but this is funnier for us. Ha ha ha.
Exactly.
Fuck you. Anyway, point being there, we're very spoiled today. So, like, a game that, like, its sequel will be out in 3 years' time, and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to buy that in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, back then it was like, its sequel was out. It's like, man, I can't wait until I get given that. Because I have no money, because I'm a tiny child.
Exactly.
And, like, if you actually look over behind Kris, you can see that I not only buy video games most weeks, I also buy actual board games most weeks. There is, oh shit, I can't even remember the number sitting there anymore. It was 7 at one point, but now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 games sitting there that do not fit in my game cupboard.
Yes, 13.
Yeah, I know. And the game cupboard is full. The game cupboard is behind Kris, and it is also full of games.
I'd opened it to show you, but that involves it in the camera.
You also wouldn't be able to see it. Oh, that's not even. Then there's also Eclipse.
Oh, yeah, good.
Which just doesn't fit in the game cupboard, because it's too fucking big.
No, that's true.
We live a very rich and fulfilling life. Although I don't get to play half as many board games as much as I would like.
Well, we're getting into them more now, so...
We are, but like at the same time, a lot of those board games we need like full parties of people,
True.
like more than just the 3 of us.
Well, I know people who would want to play. We're just going to get them together.
We say that, but I don't believe you.
What?
Anyway, enough on that. Back to what I was saying about Spyro. Yeah, so Spyro 2, I think the distance between Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 was a lot smaller.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I
pretty
didn't
sure
spend as long playing Spyro.
Yeah.
2, also, with the whole Spyro 1, Spyro 2 thing, Spyro 1 was a lot smaller, so you could spend more time learning everything about it, whereas Spyro 2 being a lot bigger, like, you remember that, this level exists, or sometimes you remember this one part of the level exists, or sometimes you go, like, I know there's a secret wall here.
Yeah.
But anyway... Pretty much my whole point on this is the Spyro episodes are getting substantially longer. I think the last one was almost 2.5 hours. No, sorry, 1.5 hours. Wasn't
okay.
That? 2.5 hours, I definitely could have finished that entire thing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But the next one should actually be smaller because I put in the extra 20 minutes to finish off the entirety of the hub world. Which meant doing a little bit of extra exploring and, using that big intellect of mine to remember things that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
Plus, there's just also a lot of rage that comes with Spyro 2 that wasn't in Spyro 1 because of this one character called Moneybags. He was an absolute piece of shit.
Moneybags.
And you just want to beat him to death, but you can't beat him to death.
With his own money bag.
What you can do is you can sit there for several minutes just headbutting him and he just goes, ooh, ooh, whoa. And you're just like, if you weren't so fat, these horns would be starving you to death right now.
Yes. But you wish you could beat him with his own money bag that's full of your money. Because that's what it is. He only has the bag.
Don't remind me.
Your money.
And so it's just like, I could open this thing for you. It's like, motherfucker, I'm saving your entire fucking world. Do me a solid.
Open this goddamn thing and don't make me fucking pay for it.
Exactly. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so
Yes.
Spyro's come out. I haven't filmed the second part of that, but I'll probably do that later this week, depending on things. I'm back at work now, so and I don't know what my schedule looks like at the moment.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Which means I haven't even had the opportunity to say yay or nay to whether or not I'm doing certain things. And I'm already back doing it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's fucking fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, no, I get that.
What else?
Today, always just more about Spyro.
No.
else in
Well, okay, more about Spyro. Here's the more about Spyro. Literally, when I finish this game, we will then go into what is, without a doubt, the longest part, because the hub worlds get, once again, even bigger and more complex. More and more missions get added and levels get added in.
Yeah,
like, this one was crazy because the Speedway's got extra challenges in them.
True.
The next one's even crazier because it's like, hey, you know how you're in this world? Well, now there's a fucking portal in this world to go and do someone else's world. And you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it's like, oh, and by the way, now here's a Sparks mission. You're like, what?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Also, this one episode, the one that released on Monday, took me as long as it did because it also held probably the most infuriating part of Spyro 2.
Yep.
That's that fucking trolley. It's the Breeze Harbor, and to get 100% in that, you've got to do this trolley thing where you've got to collect all the gears on a trolley, and there's TNT and everything everywhere, and like you got to jump boxes and blow up TNT and do all this kind of crap, and like literally in one run, I couldn't even collect a piece because it kept putting a box in front of me. And to go, like, you have to jump the boxes, but if you jump the box, you over jump the piece. And I was like, are you fucking joking? And then there was, like, just, like, the fact that it's like you've got to hit signposts outside of the course to change where you're going. And you're, like, in line with it, and you shoot, and then it, like, flies off to the side, and then you've got to go do a whole nother lap. And, oh, I hate that. And every time you fail, it's like, got a problem with the trolley. And you're like, shut the fuck up. Okay, you shut the fuck up.
You start again, I'm going to kill you.
Just... what I'll do is I'll walk out there. I'm a fucking I got wings. I can fly. I'll fucking yeet your trolley off the fucking course, and I'll just walk around and collect it.
Yeah.
Trolley is fucking ridiculous, and like, yeah. It didn't help that I totally was like blanking on it, and it was the last mission I did, and it was the last part of that mission. But I was furious.
Maybe I should watch this one.
Took me like fucking so many attempts, and it was like stupid shit that was getting in my way. Like one of them,
it always is.
One of them, I'm like sitting there, and it's like, okay, I want to switch track, so I hit the thing to switch track, and then he just didn't switch track, and I crashed into a box, and I was like, what the fuck?
Thanks.
It was infuriating.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And most of it was sped through at double time because it was so fucking long. I think I spent
it takes ages.
legitimately like almost 20 minutes doing that, and that's why I was so fucking angry with.
No, I got that with a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Okay, and then what else came out?
And then today, Wednesday.
On Wednesday,
GTA
did drop the first part. Technically, 2 parts are edited. That was I was doing that till like 10 o'clock last night. Well, 10:30 last night. Then I went to the gym. Then I came home. Then I finished off. But yeah, that's all. Those GTAs were pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. Mainly because I always try to show you what's more interesting.
Yeah.
But often we're doing things in tandem. Like, I think in the next episode, there's a pretty good part. And honestly, wait for it to come out. But there's this one part where it's like both me and Kris are doing things at the same time.
Yeah.
I flick to me more often because I'm doing the mission, whereas Kris is just trying to fix the fuck up he made.
It's a fuck up I made. Okay. Which one was that?
Yeah, exactly. But
destroying the helicopter? No, I do that.
No.
That's surprising.
No. But yeah, in this one, And I didn't realise at the time, but I think we were out of sync by about 0.1 of a second or something. Because your syncing was terrible. This is something that Kris is absolutely god awful at. Doing a sync. Because, like, I got your sync perfectly timed up with your vocals and the video, and I was like, excellent. And then I was like, not excellent, because I was watching something, I went, it's off by just a bit.
Yeah.
And I know it's off by just a bit. It worked out really well for us in the end, but I know it's off by just a bit, because I'll do something, and it would go from my screen to Kris's screen, and you'll see the part that we've already watched on my screen happening to Kris as it's going. So it's like the missile shot at the end of today's episode.
That sort of helps out, doesn't it?
It did help.
It does help out.
It did help out a little bit, but I was very angry at your. I'm very angry at your inability to sync. Always.
I think after I did this one, I'm like, no one's probably going to be slow anyway.
Yeah. Look, it's not as bad as some of the earlier ones where it was like syncing 1, 2, 3, 1, and it's like what and it's like he's just not doing anything. But yeah, it was a bit like it's not so bad when I'm switching from me to you to see an event, but there is a few times when we switch from you to me, and it's like we jump a couple of seconds into the future. But I think I did a pretty good job of like alleviating that from the video. I think there's only 1 or 2 times where that happens, and yeah. Also, there is like a very funny part in the next episode, and
there's a bunch of stupid shit that happens.
No, but it's really funny because you're complaining about something, and I'm like, oh, is this the case? Is that the case? And I can't figure out what the case is because I couldn't see your screen. The second I started editing, I'm like, oh, well, that's the problem right there. That's the problem.
I don't remember what this was.
So you're complaining about the jet being super slow.
Oh, yeah, no, I figured it out.
Did you? What was the problem?
I had it in the wrong setting.
No, you I did check. You did have it on forward flying mode.
Okay, yeah.
You had the landing gear down the entire time.
Oh, yeah, I never put that shit down.
Yeah, that slows down everything massively.
You know why?
So this is
because I've forgotten how to fucking do it.
This is sitting there going like, oh, this is really fucking slow. And I'm like, no, it shouldn't be. You should be like, I'm like, it's not the fastest jet. Like the other jets are faster. The Hydra's.
Was there a point where I actually did put the landing gear on?
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, I thought so.
Right at the end. And he's like, oh yeah, it's kind of slow, but I think that's just my flying skill. And as I'm editing, I'm just like, his fucking landing gear is down. He's fucking landing.
I need you to understand. I've completely forgotten how to put the fucking landing gear up.
What? They're going, oh.
So what happened is I didn't figure it out at the end. I just accidentally pressed it because I do not remember what to press to put it up.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I think we talked about that in the first part. But, like, Kris's flying skill means that he does fly things super fucking slow and terribly. But,
yeah.
But yeah, he was complaining about...
Because I often don't fly.
He was complaining about my jet being like, oh, it's so slow. And I was just like, and watching it, I'm just like, idiot. I'm like, how did he fucking not notice? Because you're like going around the plane. I'm like, how does he not notice that all the fucking wheels are down?
Oh, I would have noticed it. I just wouldn't have paid attention to it. There's a difference.
Anyway, so that's coming out today. And there's another 2 parts of that. Yeah. So we finish off all of the rest of the preparation in the second part, and then the third part, which is the shortest part, is the heist. Which I haven't actually started editing yet, but I've edited the second part, so that's close to coming out. We've got another Deep Rock Galactic waiting there. Yeah. We've got another Red Dead Redemption, I think. Maybe did I put that one out? I can't remember. I think only one Red Dead Redemption's come out to this point, so there's another one. And in this one, as I said, we're kind of getting into the whole point of me playing Red Dead Redemption, which is freedom. True. Then we've also got another episode of The Raft I've got to edit, which should be lots of fun because it's a dual camera one, which means I have to go through the whole thing, choosing what's better. Generally, it's going to be my stuff because in this one, Kris is particularly Kris. There's something else we have, but I can't remember what it is now. Bunny Man. We have another whole Bunny Man ready to go.
You have to say about the raft.
Yes.
so much easier to figure out which way we're going.
Well, yeah, it
Yeah,
helps,
it's-
but
It's like,
engine.
oh, that's right. I was starting to actually get the second up and running. That's right.
Yeah, watch that. That one's gonna be fun. That one's gonna be real fun. Yes, and then of course, me and Kris will be doing probably another 2 episodes of something today.
Yeah.
Maybe some Helldivers because neither of us been in that in about a week. Well, probably like 5 days. We were there last Friday.
Oh, it was Friday? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So it's been half a week.
Yeah, but over 5 days.
Just over, yeah, okay.
It's almost been a week.
So we're fine. Fine. Calm down.
No. And then, of course, there's been the shorts that have come out, which had to do with our trip to the nerd store.
Yeah.
Which we will talk about after channel news. Because
Yes.
I realised we didn't actually talk about the fact we went there last week. And I was like, that's weird.
No, actually, no, yeah, because that was the whole point of us going out.
Well, we did go out, and we got the videos that I wanted. Well, we got videos I didn't know we were going to get. The first one was pretty much the only one I was going to get. Like, the one where I'm like, let's go to the nerd store. And then...
Are you ready to be nerds?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, they have Henry Cavill. And that was Henry Cavill.
It was. Fuck's sake.
It's just different enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, 71 subscribers. Thanks for joining us. We love having you.
Yes.
Anything else? I can't think of anything else. Oh, actually, yes, I can, and I can say this with pride and something else.
Finding out the Discord to work.
No.
Oh.
What? No.
He's still not kind of
Technically,
working on
I
it.
think it works. Maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure I figured out what the issue was.
Yeah, you suck.
No, it's a timed fucking code that you send out. So it
Doesn't
doesn't.
I have to do it every week, every video?
Yeah, but I don't know how long the time is for.
Probably like 2 days.
Maybe.
Probably like 25 minutes.
It could be. I don't know.
No, but today, officially, one of the things we will be recording today is our first Minecraft video ever. Because I have...
Finally set it up and figured out what we're doing.
Well, I haven't figured out what we're doing.
Oh.
Well, I do know what we're doing. But also, at the same time, yeah, it's set up. It's ready to go. I think, I'm hoping we don't have another Satisfactory kind of situation, which I still haven't fucking figured out.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening there. I can't find anything on it.
Yeah.
To let you guys know, we went to go record it, and it's having a problem with being able to join.
Oh yeah, we can join our old game.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, we never tried to.
No, we were both in it.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, okay, so we can join the old game. I didn't realise I actually joined it.
Make a new one.
Yeah, every time we make a new one, it just doesn't show up. Like, we can send the code to each other, but it's just not valid.
It's just in there being like, you know what, fuck you. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
So, we'll get to that once we figure out.
We do, and
what to
me
do.
and Kris love Satisfactory. As I said, it's one of the few ones where we kind of role reverse.
Yeah.
And Kris does a lot of construction, and I do a lot of exploration. Usually, it is the other way around.
Yes. Especially with Conan.
Yeah.
Where I just go straight into exploration.
That's because, though, Conan is incredibly different because Conan has, and
So we need to play that again to do the new stuff.
yeah, but anyway, Conan has a very advanced building system if you are willing to interact with it.
True.
And you can build a lot of things.
And that's where you shine in those types of games.
And trust me, I've built a lot of things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we were playing it with someone we knew, and he has no concept of playing games with people.
Yeah.
So pretty much he's just like, oh yeah, I had a couple days free while everyone else was at work. So what I did was I jumped on and just power leveled, and so we have everything now. But he didn't do it in a good way. Like, he just kind of like was like, yeah, look, here's a giant slab. You know, here's a thing. And it's like, no, dude, it's all about building awesome.
But you can't really power level in that anyway, because you've got to be specific on what you're putting points into.
Yeah, but he pretty much overpowered. By the time I started playing, like my very first walk in, he was like, okay, we've got level this, level this, level. We've got all the best things, and we've got all Thrall's work, and it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This was where we were all going to come and play together.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, well, fuck this, I'm out.
Pretty much, because we had planned to pretty much start building up higher.
Oh, well, not only that, but also just fucking, like, you know, part of the fun is, like, you build, you get stuff that's good enough, you go fight the first boss, you go back, you build more, you go fight the second boss. Whereas, like, what he had done was like, yeah, we can go, like, we've just got to go get some materials and we can make the best gear in the game. And it's like,
nice.
we haven't, the rest of us haven't even started fucking playing yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I had like 2 days free where I wasn't doing anything.
Play your own game.
Don't come onto the server and start fucking over leveling out all of our shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is, the way we tend to play is like, with Conan, because we could just randomly join. I didn't play unless you're on. Or with Satisfactory, it actually works a little bit better because I can't join unless it's turned on.
Oh, that's all server stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, when I host the server, that's just how it works.
It is. But it works well.
And I myself, even if I do say so myself, am someone who's very good at being like, oh, I'm playing this game with someone, so I'll go play a different game by myself because I have no problem. Well, actually, that's probably why in Satisfactory you ended up doing a lot of the building, because when I was just playing by myself, I had to do that, so I'd already experienced that side of the game.
True.
And I was just like, I want to go exploring.
I think towards the end it ended up being the both of us kind of exploring.
Yeah.
And then
well, no, both of us traveling, but a lot of where we were traveling were places I'd already been, hence why we had to use like the power.
But then that's kind of me exploring as well, because I haven't been there yet. Because a lot of the times I started going out a bit more while you were straightening everything up.
Oh yeah. But like at that point, like to be fair, at that point, when you were going out, it was like just stay on the power cables.
Pretty much.
And,
did I do that?
Power cables.
Not always.
It's true, but like a lot of the places where I had to, in Satisfactory, I have shorthand for things. Like classic number 9 is. Like, you'll be walking around and you'll just see, like, a fucking tower in the middle of nowhere. And that means I've done a classic number 9.
It was just...
I needed to get high, so I just built a tower.
Yeah, and then it'd be a thing of me just exploring or following along. And then all it'll hear later is like, yeah, classic number 9.
Yeah, it is.
That's all it is.
But, like, yeah, so, like, Kris is exploring. He was going out and seeing things for the first time, but he had it, like, easy. Because he just had to follow where I'd been. Whereas, like, when I was doing it, like,
there was a
do you
lot of
remember that one
places-
where to get to the highest point in the map, how you could just, like, take the really, really stupid but effective cables I'd built? Yeah.
So
Building
one
those was a
point
pain
where
in
if
my
you
ass.
deviated slightly,
Oh, yeah,
you
well,
were screwed.
That was because it was in the middle of the air. I can't fix that.
Yeah, I'm aware. But no, there was actually a few times I explored because
Oh, yeah,
we needed a resource, and I'm like,
That's when you went to go get oil. Like, you did a lot of the oil exploration.
Yeah.
Because I think at that point I was...
You did a lot of the exploring for just everything.
Oh, yeah, I
Just
pretty much...
in general. Whereas when it was coming to resources, I generally went for the resources.
No, you are correct there. You were I think the only resource I specifically went to get was quartz and sulfur. Yeah. And that's because I needed quartz and sulfur for my experiments.
Yes. Whereas I explored for every other resource.
Yes. But I did do a lot of exploring because I went and got all of the drop pods.
You did.
Because I was chasing those because I needed science.
Yes, and it was rare for me to find one that wasn't actually done. Or he didn't have the gear on him, so we went out and he's like, I don't have the gear. I was like, that's so good because I'm doing all the building. I have the gear.
Yeah.
Because I quite often...
We definitely want to get back into Satisfactory. And so we're going to try and play around with that and see if it works. Like this weekend, we'll give it a good old college try and see if we can get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
moving right along.
Yes.
Kris,
Yes.
I've been angry this week.
This week?
This week.
Just this week.
Just this week. Because I think people aren't
I
taking
think you're lying.
I think people aren't taking me seriously enough.
Okay.
I have brilliant ideas. All of my ideas, gold. No, gold. Stop that. And
I don't know about
I
that
think
one.
people just ignore them because they don't want to acknowledge just how brilliant some of these ideas are. Like, well, the one we were talking about before.
Okay.
We take all your money, you have no problems. Brilliant idea.
No, then I have a problem that I don't have money and can't get stuff.
No, no money, no problems. More money, more problems. No money, no problems. Dead
No.
people don't have. We would have been through this, Kris. Dead people don't have problems.
I-
Dead people don't have money.
That is not a direct correlation.
That is a direct correlation. But here are my two other ideas that I've spent a little bit of time working on.
Okay.
I say a little bit of time, like 5 minutes each.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, how do we fight global warming?
I'm actually interested in hearing this one.
One really pissed off guy
Yep.
with a fucking massive ass mirror.
Okay.
Will shoot the glowy bastard's rays back at him using a
Oh,
massive
fuck.
mirror. But wait, it gets better than that. Why do we need a really pissed off guy? Because obviously the mirror needs to be moved every now and again to make sure we redirect the rays directly back at the glowy one.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
No, but
So-
then that brings a whole nother problem to the situation.
No, we get a really pissed off guy. Because you get a really pissed off guy, and you sit him and you say, your job is to move this mirror every 15 minutes. Does it need to be moved every 15 minutes? I don't know. We'll get some scientists to figure that out.
Okay.
But we just tell him that, and he's going to be the most pissed off guy. He's going to be like, oh, I'm fucking do this. But the thing with the pissed off guy is if you tell him to do something, he'll do it, and he'll just continually get more and more pissed off.
True, yes.
But he'll constantly do it. Whereas, like, if you get a girl and you're like, hey, can you do this? They get pissed off and they're like, I'm not doing this anymore, and they storm off. But a guy will just keep being like, until the day he cracks and brings a gun into work. But that's fine because the only person he works with is a giant mirror.
Yeah, true.
So no one's getting shot.
Unless he looks into the mirror.
Okay, but then we're fine.
Everyone else
But with
is
a
fine.
with a really pissed off guy, and all you gotta do is like, man, all you gotta do 12 hours a day. Not even 12 hours. Daylight hours a day. And all you're gonna do is just move this mirror every now and then. And he's gonna be pissed off. But he needs to be pissed off. Because if he's not pissed off, he might, not do the job.
Well, yes.
He might relax too much, but if he's really pissed off, he's gonna do the job. And he can just reflect those rays back at the sun, and then the sun gets a taste of its own fucking medicine, that bastard.
How big is this mirror?
Big.
Okay. Then wouldn't that then make, because you're reflecting the rays back, is it reflecting all of the rays back or just
Well, it's
a
not
large
that big.
amount?
That's a Kris, that's a mirror that's too big.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm just making sure.
Just enough that the sun gets a taste of its own fucking medicine.
Yeah, but isn't going to make it do it any less?
I don't know.
No, it won't.
Well, hang on. We don't really know how the sun's going to react to anything. Because it sits up there, glowing, mocking us all.
But if we reflect a large chunk
I
of
don't
rays
like
back,
the
wouldn't
me
it
and the
just
sun are not friends.
wouldn't it just get too cold
I like the snow. I don't see a problem with this.
then? No,
We can
yeah,
just
I
make
know.
little hats for all the lizards. Little lizard hats.
That actually sounds pretty cool. But I feel like it would get too cold. It'd be beyond just snow.
Then we'll shrink some of the mirror down.
Okay.
As I said, I'm an ideas guy. I'm not the man. I haven't done any of the maths or science needed to figure out the exacts of the plan. I'm just coming up with the ideas, putting them out there, making shit
I think
happen.
I think we come back to this idea once we figured that
Fine.
out. Okay.
I'll get on the maths.
You do that. But otherwise,
I'm just saying.
hats on lizards. That sounds pretty fucking good.
Chloe bastard. Chloe bastard. I fucking hate him so much. Anyway.
Second.
Oh, second. Have you ever heard the old American phrase, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun? And we all know that that's a lie.
Yeah, no, I've heard it. Yes.
the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a crazy person with a nuke.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and I thought about this.
No, but then the crazy person's more likely to do something because he's crazy.
Exactly. I thought about this on the way home from the gym last night. As I was driving my car, I went, exactly, this is the point, right? If you have a good guy with a nuke, bad guy with a gun's going to do whatever he wants. It's like, you're not going to do that. You're good. You're not going to blow up everything.
Well, no,
so I'm going to shoot this person. Point. Bang! And the person goes, I'll do it. And they went, no, you won't, because you'll kill everyone. And bang! Look, I just shot another person. But I've shot 2 people. You press that button, you can kill everybody. And the good person goes, you're right. You have the moral high ground here. Because I'm good. But a crazy person, the person with the gun goes, I'll shoot this person. You go, I'll press this button. And they go, but you wouldn't. And you go, wouldn't I? I'm actually fighting the urge to press it right now.
And you haven't even shot him yet.
And they're like, well, hang on, calm down. And you're like, whoa, I'll press it. And they're like, oh, well, now you have all the power.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yes.
Think about our friend circle, right? Who would you be more terrified of? Me with a nuke or Caleb with a nuke?
Then you have a point.
Yeah, exactly. Because no one knows what I'm going to do. I might just be having a really bad day and be like, you know what, fuck it all.
Exactly.
Or I might just forget where I put it and be like, what's this? Beep. Oh, fuck.
Oh, the new button. Oh, no.
I thought this was opening my garage door. How many times did you press it? Like 27 times? Oh, no.
Oh, well, we're all dead.
But yeah, like you can't expect a good person to ever stop a bad person because a good person is inherently good.
Yes. Yeah, no.
An inherently good person. You end up with Batman.
Yeah.
Do you know how easily Batman could have cleaned up Gotham City?
Oh, very.
If he was just willing to be a little bit bad. But he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was like, no. I refuse to kill these people.
Because we can reform them. No. You couldn't.
No. I think we should look at how much of the hospitals in Gotham City that Wayne Tech owned. Because he was just like, we could, but we could also put them in long hospital stints where their insurance isn't probably going to cover it and put them into crippling debt. And then they're going to have to rob more museums. I don't really know why robbing museums makes money. What do? Steal a pharaoh and then be like, hey, museum, would you like to buy this pharaoh that I totally didn't steal?
Yeah, I believe that's more of a selling it on the black market kind of thing.
Who wants a pharaoh?
I don't know. Add to their collection of Egyptian.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to walk in and be like, oh, yeah, hey, I noticed you have like a lot of pharaohs in here. Yes. Like that one was, you didn't buy these stolen from a museum, did you? And it's like, no. Why would you think that? It's like, oh, well, you have this pharaoh who was stolen from this museum, and there's not like multiple copies of him because he's a person. There was only one, and you've got him right there. This is the thing with buying.
Oh, you got me. It's a replica.
That's a weird replica to buy.
No, I'm aware.
What it was this was just a homeless guy. They took him in. They took out all of his organs, scooped out his brains, wrapped him, mummified him, put him in the oven for on 600 for a couple of hours so that he would bake and look, centuries old.
Yeah. You got it.
But it's the thing that always boggles my mind, right? Okay, right?
Yeah.
You buy stolen goods,
yeah,
like a painting, or like high-end stolen goods, like stuff stolen from museums and art galleries and stuff. You can't show that to anybody.
No, you can't.
Because it's not like I walked down to fucking JB Hi-Fi or grabbed a copy of, I don't know, My Little Pony off the shelf. It was like, now I own this episode of My Little Pony. And it's
I feel like a lot of things just ran through your mind, but you chose My Little Pony.
I actually had no idea what I would be stealing from JB Hi-Fi.
So you went with My Little Pony.
Like, I have money. If I want something from JB Hi-Fi, I just buy it. But it's
for fuck's sake.
If you steal the Mona Lisa, you can't show that off.
No,
because people are like, well, that's the Mona Lisa. It's like, I know, right? I paid like $30 billion for it, and they're like, no, but that was 100% stolen from the Louvre. It's like, oh yeah, fuck, you caught me.
Shit.
Whereas if I have
pretend like you didn't see this.
If I have an episode of My Little Pony that I've nicked from JB Hi-Fi, I can show it to them like, this is my episode of My Little Pony. And they're like, oh, that's a weird thing to be proud about, but okay.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, like, other people have it as well, and you're like, I know, that's why, fundamentally, it's valueless.
True.
But it's like, oh, but also, there's my Mona Lisa. And it's like, okay, well, no. Huh? No, you stole that. And it's like, no, I just bought it off the person who stole it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you know the person who knows the person that stole it. You need to talk to the police. And also, they're taking that back to the museum. It's like, no, but I spent a large amount of money on that stolen stuff. And it's like, okay, but why did you buy it? Oh, because I wanted it. Yeah, but you know it was stolen. I couldn't have possibly known it was stolen. No, there's only one of them, and it was known that it was stolen. Like, that's the problem with one-off things, Kris.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware.
It's just can't have it.
No, not unless you made it, which one you could have
Then it doesn't... Money?
But, hold on. If you were to then give it to me and then you were to die, then it would have value. Because there's a one-off piece after you die.
I don't think that really works. I think that's specifically if, like, an art collector owns several pieces of someone who dies, and then they go like, look how talented this person was, and you're like, kind of looks like they just painted their whole body and rolled over the canvas, and they're like, I know, they were a genius. Unfortunately, they're dead, and I own all of their collection, and there will never be another one. It's like, but I could just paint my... No, there will never be another one. And so now they're worth $7 million a piece. And in a couple years' time, that'll probably be even higher.
True.
Because people will have paid $7 million and be like, I want more money, but I sell this. And so we'll use the corrupt world of art to make them, to inflate their price.
True.
The art world is incredibly corrupt and scary.
No, I'm aware. I haven't seen into it, but I've looked into it enough.
Art collectors.
I just said
Scum of
this.
the earth.
No, I said the wrong phrase there.
What phrase did you say?
I haven't been a part of the art world, but I've seen enough to know how it goes.
That was a completely corrupt and evil place.
Well, yes.
Almost as bad as FIFA.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
anyway, that was an aside.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
My point is, good people just beat up criminals and then let them go back out killing more people. Like, if Batman really want to make people's lives better, he'd just shoot the Joker. It's like, bang. And everyone's like, Batman, you just killed the Joker. And Batman would be like, yeah, because I take him to prison, the guards are going to let him out again, because what the fuck is wrong with those guys?
It's just as insane, to be honest.
Guards just fucking let him out. Then he's going to come out, and then he's going to kill like 6 people before I realize it, and then I can go and catch him again. Then that's going to be a repeating circle. I just saved infinite lives.
By killing the Joker.
Exactly.
And then with Two-Face burning the other half. It's not Two-Face anymore.
You can just shoot him as well.
Well, there's that too.
Batman just fucking...
But now you've taken the fun out of it. I mean,
Batman just walked around with a fucking 6-shot revolver. Half of his problems would be taken care of in a single night.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. Put Penguin in the middle of the desert.
Or just shoot him.
So you don't want to make him suffer? They've killed people.
Yeah, but this isn't about... This is being a good guy.
I suppose you don't want them to suffer. Okay, fine.
Come on, man. Get your head out of here. You're a vindictive bastard.
Sometimes.
Kris is a bad guy. And that's why I'm here. To stop him. Crazy guy.
God damn it, he's right. Oh no.
And that's the thing. The thing is, I do stop Kris. I stop him all the time. He'll just be walking along and I just, bang, hit him for no reason. And everyone's like, that was pretty aggressive. I'm like, you guys didn't know what he was thinking. But I knew it was untoward. So I stopped it.
And you've stopped me in the Star Wars RPG as well.
It's
Multiple times.
And again, I'm not a good guy there either. If I was a good guy, I couldn't stop you.
And look what we have now. We had the start of a villain story because we didn't kill the last Piggleston.
Yeah, but that's fine.
If I had have killed the last Piggleston, we'd be fine. We wouldn't have another person
But
after.
now we have the moral high ground. Because I told him not to do it, and he did it.
I mean, we killed his entire family. We knew there was going to be a villain story.
Hold up. You're making it really hard for me to continue saying we have the moral high ground.
Yes! Yes! At no point do we have it while playing that game.
We do have it. Because they always attacked us first.
No, they did, yeah. They did
Except
attack
for those times that we shot first.
There was a couple of times like that.
Pretty much all the times. That was the one thing I think that really threw Caleb astray with my particular style. Which is like, as I described, chaotic neutral.
Yes.
Which is, I'm like, at no point am I doing good or bad. I'm just in it for me.
Yeah.
However, I am analysing all the time and being like, what is my best? How do I survive best here? So a lot of the times, I have a conversation with someone. But just as many times, he'll be like, I have this whole plan. We're going to have a conversation and then we're going to start this fight. And it's like, right, yep. It's like, so he's shouting at you, what do you do? I pull out my gun and shoot.
But then
and that was before
I
I realised I could carry two guns and shoot.
But then there was that time where it's like we threatened the guy, the one who owned the ship.
Yeah. We didn't really threaten him.
Well, we did. And then I followed through with the threat.
No, that wasn't a threat. That was...
A promise?
No, that was... He insulted me, and then he went for his gun, but I was faster with my gun.
And then I took his gun.
And then I was just like...
While pointing another one at his face, and I said, as soon as I hear a commotion, which had nothing to do with him, given. The commotion outside was...
Fuck that.
You did. But the commotion outside didn't have to do with him. But the moment I heard those alarms going off, I shot him in the face.
Exactly.
I went through with the promise.
Yeah, anyway. Speaking of that,
Yes.
we went to the nerd shop last week. This time last week, well, not this time. It's pretty late. But on Wednesday last week, we went to probably one of my favourite stores in town. And I've only ever been there once.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
I've never been in that one twice.
I loved every second of it. And like Kris was blown away by some of my amazing knowledge. I can't even remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about something and I said something, you just kind of went, what? And looked at me because I said...
I don't remember.
We were talking, I think it was when I was talking about Warhammer.
Probably.
But yeah. Like we spent like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in that store.
Yeah, we were there for a while.
I did not look at half the shit I wanted to look at.
And we bought nothing.
We bought nothing. But we did come up with a plan.
Of buying more board games.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
But also buying two copies of Age of Rebellion.
Yes. To get 2 sets of dice.
Get 2 sets of dice.
For the same price as buying just 1 set of dice online.
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that they have that is amazing. And I am going
It
to
is.
go in either next week or the week after and grab one of those because I want the dice so much.
Yeah, no, that's fair, that's fair.
I don't want the book. I don't want, I have no interest in the book because the book is pretty much the same as...
Everything you've got on.
Well, it's the same as everything online, but it's also like everything in the starter books are kind of the same. This one might have a few other different parts that Caleb doesn't have in his game, but like all the weapons, armors, and all that kind of stuff is about the same.
Yeah.
Because it's all just the base game. This one might have a few other different things, like how to interact with the rebellion a bit more, or how to be a rebellion person. Or obviously.
Well, I know Caleb would like it because he likes the hard copy.
True.
He does like the hard copy. However, give it to him, but don't give him the dice.
Give him the book.
We lend
Oh,
him.
where did you get this from? I bought it. Why? Because I wanted these dice.
I will let you use them while we're here playing this game, but outside of this,
These are my dice.
you might.
I will roll them every day.
Oh shit, a catastrophe. Calamity. Sorry, calamity. Oh shit. What's going to happen?
Drive my car into the river.
Would that be a calamity though?
Yeah.
There could be worse things.
I would shut down the bridge for a little bit.
Yeah, it would actually. There's 2 bridges in town.
Yeah, they'll also put oil and petrol in the river, which would kill fish.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty calamitous.
Maybe a few of the crocs.
Maybe.
That one's kind of helpful.
Anyway, yeah, so we went there, and there's been a few shorts that have come out of our adventures there. But as I said, we were there for a very long
How
time.
many shorts did you take?
Oh, we hadn't had. There was only about 3 or 4.
Okay, I don't remember the other ones.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got to look at all of their Star Wars stuff. They had a lot of board games. Like their selection of board games was actually mint.
It was. They had more than I thought they were going to have.
Oh yeah. They had a better variety. Like the problem is like with most board games, like we live in a very small town, so it's like you go to a place and it's like, oh yeah, we sell board games. It's like you walk in and it's like they have like 50 copies of Monopoly, and that's it. It's like you don't really sell board games.
And they had that, but that was only a small section.
You're like, you don't really sell board games. You sell Monopoly, and they're like, it's the board game. It's like, and then you gotta tell the police why you slapped this shit out of a clerk.
Yes.
Take that back. It's a terrible thing.
Yep.
But yeah, no. So they had a very good selection and a lot of games that I actually really was interested in getting my hands on.
True.
And expansions for games that I have. And like, yeah, so, some of the games they had there, I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe that I actually could buy this in the town I live in. Because I'm like, this is such like a niche kind of game. I was sure I'd have to buy it online. And they're like, no, we got it. Well, they didn't have with Bothams.
Then again, online, I can't find them either.
So, what we're saying is there's a market opening for Bothams.
If anyone wants to design and 3D print a good one, because I did find another one, but it looked really crappy. So I don't want that one.
What's a shit Botham look like?
I'll look it up and show you later.
Can't be worse than some of our ad hoc suggestions.
Fair.
Considering one of them was literally Teen Wolf.
Yeah, it was.
Where Kris wanted to buy a sword, but I told him he can't have a sword.
I didn't say I wanted to buy a sword.
Kris wants to buy swords, and I said you can't have swords because you're not a virgin. Fair point. You can have lightsabers though. Oh, that's not. That's a Botham from Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But like honestly, the other one I showed you just.
Oh yeah, well the other one.
They look better, but you've got to buy them off Etsy, and it's the only place I can find them.
Etsy. Let me tell you about Etsy.
Okay.
Etsy always brings you in and it's like, hey, you can get this for like $3. And you're like, ooh, that's a pretty good deal.
That's $52.
Yeah, I know. And then you go, and then it's like, oh, well, you've got to choose your options. And you go, let me have a look at these options. And it's like, okay, so where's this $3 option that you brought me to this page with? And it's like, oh, that doesn't exist.
Okay. Well, that's just always said as the set of 5 is $52.
Yeah, but like I've seen a lot because obviously I go to Etsy for stuff because I'm a hardcore person who's like I want this one thing.
Okay.
And then you got to go and try and find it. And it's like, oh, you can go to this place and get it. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a $600 piece.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well maybe there's one that's not designed by a company, like someone who just has a 3D printer who's gonna have it for a better price. And you go to Etsy and you're like, okay, type in the thing, and it's like, oh yeah, here's a 3D printed thing, not put together, so they just send you the parts. And it's like, oh yeah, like
that's
$22, and you're like, oh, that's reasonable for a printed part. You're like,
yeah.
Then you go to it and it's like, okay, now just choose your options, like $22, and you click on it and it's like, yep, $68. You're like, whoa, okay, it's still not. You're still sitting there going, that's not a bad price, but it's like you're like, where is the $22 price that was stated here? What's that for? It's like, oh, that's for my files. And it's like, okay, right, so you should put that it's $20 for your file.
Yeah, not the actual part, not the actual.
And here's my problem with all of that though.
Yeah,
it's like as someone who spent 4 years of my life designing models on a computer. I don't want your files for $22 because I can probably make a better one myself.
get on the computer and make a file for a Gotham. I know someone with a 3D printer.
I refuse.
I know 2 people with a 3D printer.
I'm on a 3D printer.
Herman's one of them.
No. We're not going to Herman. He spends too much time building fences.
Fair point. Fair point.
We don't need that in our life.
Fine.
We'll go see him. He'll make us build fences as well.
He's never made us do it.
Build
Yes. There was one day.
I haven't seen Herman for a while.
There was one day that I drove past him because him and his wife were outside fixing their fence.
Yeah, I know. I was next to you in the car.
Different day.
Oh. Okay. So this just proves my point even more that they're always fixing fences.
Yes. So they were fixing the fence, and I drove past. I thought, I could stop, but then I'm like, oh, they look busy, so I left them to it. And then I saw him a couple of days later, and I'm like, oh yeah, I saw you the other day. I drove past. And he's like, what, you didn't stop and come help me fix the fence? I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
You see,
Fucking exactly.
And I looked at him like, you see, that's why I didn't stop.
Exactly.
So I didn't want to fix the fence.
That and he bowls too well.
Fuck, he does. He really holy shit.
There'll be no living with him.
I haven't bowled in 10 years. Okay, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He destroyed us.
No, I do want to get it. I want to get a resin 3D printer.
Yeah.
But then I also need to get a resin hardener. But then I also need to get a resin washing station.
Think about it.
But then I need to get a desk to put it all on.
Think about it. You get to make your boffins. You get to make the boffins and then sell them.
I feel the market gap.
Yes.
The only disappointing part about that is that all the Edge of the Empire stuff has gone out of print pretty much.
Oh yeah, I know.
So the game isn't thriving, so no one needs boffins.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Although we could make them for that other one we saw that had the Luke Skywalker for $20. We just say single boffin, $17. It's cheaper than Luke, and it's a boffin.
That's a good point.
And there are no boffins in this game, I think.
I doubt it. Otherwise, the figure would be there.
You need more boffins. It could just be the boffins are an incredibly unuseful piece in that game.
True. But you know what I did keep finding when I was searching for boffin 3D printed stuff? The battleships.
What?
This is the only that's the only stuff I can find was the boffin battleships.
Boffin battleships?
Yeah, boffin battleships.
What the fuck is the boffin battleship?
Fucking only shit I could find. Oh,
I'm so confused by this very state. Oh, you know what I can find? Boffin battleships. What the fuck you want about?
I don't think they were though.
Oh, actually, here's some.
Like there was a
here's some interesting news.
boffin frigate.
Okay.
Okay. Then the next one. I don't know if it's actually next to the list though.
I'm not really sure if that's a boffin frigate, but okay.
But either way, then the other thing.
I'll allow this one time.
Boffin 3D models to print.
That's not. That's someone's just made a fat X-wing.
Yep. No, I know. I'm aware. But this is literally just boffin frigates.
Actually, I'm not sure where they've gotten that from.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because it's.
But the only stuff I can find with boffin is
It's kind of like they've I'm sorry to say, but that actually looks like a Halo mixed with the Star Wars ship, and I'm just someone just decided that boffins have a chunky style,
apparently,
which I don't really agree with because of the fact that boffins are not that.
Well, yes,
they're very leaf. Anyway,
yeah.
Interesting news. Interesting news. Hades 2. Hades 2.
Oh, I haven't even played the first one.
No, I haven't played. I own it, and it looks.
No,
like
I'm all the way.
It looks like a game I'd fucking play the shit out of.
Wait,
do I own it on Xbox?
Yes, you do.
But I also own it on Switch.
Yes.
Why does that happen to me a lot?
Because you forget what you own quite often.
Why do I own? Yeah. Oh no. To be fair, I bought Persona 5 Royale on the Switch because it's easier to move the Switch around than it is to move the PlayStation around.
You know, that's fair. But then there's games where you just have it on everything.
Okay, well, hang on. Maybe I just really like those games.
So that as soon as you turn it on, you're like, I can't even, what, I can play that game, which I have on everything else.
Yeah.
And all the save done on everything else, let's start again.
Exactly. And then what I do is I turn them all on at the same time and plug them all into one controller, and then I get 4 times the amount of playtime. It's fucking genius.
I don't know if that's what that is.
Anyway, no. So Hades 2 is coming out. Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes.
Yep.
I haven't seen too much on it. I've seen a couple things, but not a lot.
Yeah, I got reminded recently that it's being made by Ubisoft, and I got a bit upset about that.
Fair.
Just because, like, the thing that reminded me was made by Ubisoft was this guy talking about price points. It's like, yeah, so you can get the game for this price, or you can get the Ultimate Edition for $130. And I was like, fucking hell. And he's like, yep, so that's right. Ubisoft once again cutting content out of a game to sell you for a higher price point. I was like,
Yep. They enjoy doing it, and they do it every fucking time.
I was like, ah. Like, it was bad enough when, like, the top edition of games was like $120. And you were like, but it was like, no, but this is the top edition of games. The game developer will come around and give you a blowjob, and you're like, fucking fine.
Still waiting.
We are. But now it's just like, oh yeah, no, like I was gonna buy Ragnarok the other day, like God of War Ragnarok,
which you couldn't play.
Yeah, no, you can. There's an Xbox, PlayStation 4 version.
Oh, that's right, there is too.
And they're like, yeah, base game, $130. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, they're not.
Are you fucking having a laugh?
I actually bought that before it was released. I still haven't played it.
And then I went, where the fuck would I even buy this on PS4? Idiots. I'll just wait a year. It'll be out on fucking PC. You dumb fucks. You played yourself. And then I did a cartwheel and rolled away. And I realized that it was my computer and no one was listening to me, so I came back and sat down and was a little bit ashamed. But
I don't believe you did a cartwheel and rolled away.
You don't think I can cartwheel?
No, I know you can cartwheel.
Damn right I can cartwheel.
I just don't know if it would have been the best idea to do it in here.
Well, it was more of a mess, but...
Yeah, well, that's what I would have thought.
And on ground and just rolling like a turtle.
You see, that makes more sense now.
No, but yeah, that's kind of like PlayStation have played themselves in my books because the whole reason I was sitting there going, oh, I'm gonna get a PlayStation 5 was because I'm like, I want to play their exclusive, and then like, we're putting them on PC. That'll get all the Xbox people, and the Xbox people went, everyone has a PC. They're like, yeah, so you'll buy our games. Like, yeah, but we won't buy your consoles. And they're like, yeah, but actually this works out better for us because the game costs $130. I'm like, yes, and they're like, and the console costs like $700. Yes. So if we can just sell you 7 games, we've made up for you not buying the console. It's like, that is smart. Why didn't you do this years ago?
Less than 7 games.
Bad.
It's like 6 games.
Whatever. And then because we're bad at marketing. And I went, agreed.
No, that's fair.
No, that's just my whole opinion on fucking Sony and their fucking fact that they, for years, they've kept exclusivity instead of making money.
Yeah. Well, I think now they're learning they don't have a choice.
They really don't.
Yeah.
Because they're considering Xbox and they're being like, would you like us to buy you? They're like, no. And they're like, well, we could. It would, like, we have the pockets. They went, please don't.
we have the pockets, and it would end this war that some people still talk about.
Then it'll just be Nintendo. And Nintendo will be like, you can't buy us. And they'll be like, well, we could. And they're like, no, because we won't let it happen. But also, we're just crazy. And they're like, no, you're right. You are crazy. Because you just...
This goes back to the whole conversation earlier.
You just come out with weird ideas.
They do.
And they're like, yeah, exactly. Do you know what the Switch 2 or the predecessor? Is that the thing that comes first? Successor. The successor to the Switch is going to be? And they're like, no, yeah, fucking sandwich. Like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, don't play games with a sandwich. It's going to be called the NES. Nintendo Sandwich Entertainment System. Anyway, my point is, no one can touch Nintendo because they're just crazy. They come up with crazy ideas, and everyone's like, that's a crazy idea, Nintendo. It'll never work. And then the Wii comes out, and then fucking everyone's like, holy shit, it worked. We've got to catch up to them. They're years ahead of us. And then they actually get one and go, oh, wait, no. technologically wise, way years ahead of them. They just have this one gimmick that after people play for a little bit, they go, I just want a normal controller because I don't want to stand in my fucking living room swinging my arms around like this.
I don't know what you were doing. I was
Playing
sitting
Zelda.
in my I was sitting in my living room playing games.
Playing Zelda, and it's like, I gotta chop that guy with a sword. Huh. Okay, didn't register that.
You literally just did it. You were sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Except for a while I was playing.
But I like to buy peripherals, so I bought the opponent peripheral.
I was playing one of the Budokai Tenkaichi games. As I was sitting there in a chair, like elbowing the back of the chair to do a Kamehameha.
Exactly. It was a gimmick.
It was.
Everyone was like, we need it. And then Xbox were like, we got it even better. Because PlayStation were like, here's PlayStation's Wiimote. It has a giant bauble at the top. And everyone's like, why? And they were like, because it does. Don't ask questions. But then Xbox were like, well, we can do better than that. You remember iToy? Yeah, we did that.
We did that. You know how you did that years ago? We did that.
So we made it bigger. And we called it Connect, but with a K, just like Kris. Fucking Kris.
Actually, what I did with the old iToy, it's like one of the boxing one. I just turned the fan on real slow and then aimed it up at the fan. And because it registered the movement, I would just win because the fan would keep hitting the character.
That's not where I thought that was going.
That was just cheating.
But I think my favourite was that the Kinect had peripherals. And like the whole point of that was like, you were the controller. It's like, yeah, but do you want this frisbee for when you're playing this frisbee game? It's like, that's just an actual frisbee. Yeah, but it says Kinect on it. But I could just go to the store and buy a frisbee. And I can't throw this in my living room. No, but you can hold it in your hand. Like you were actually holding a frisbee. I am holding a frisbee at that point. I could just go outside and play frisbee.
You could. Wait for it. It's got this battery, so you can put it into this light over here turns on.
No, but that's honestly what they would do.
Yeah, they would. They would.
But yeah, no, so
Would it actually connect to it? They would connect it to the console. It wouldn't do
it's
shit.
got a USB charging cable. It's a frisbee. What? Why does it need a charge? Because it's got LED lights on it. Okay, so it's an LED frisbee. Yeah, but also it has this sticker that says "Do not throw," because it's for your Kinect. I'm just so confused.
Why didn't they do it?
Yeah, no, so yeah, Hades 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
I knew about Hades 2 for a while. I'm super excited. Star Wars Outlaws, honestly playing Age of the Empire had made me more excited about that, but then I remembered Ubisoft suck, and so that's kind of... No, I'm not being funny about that. I'm just remembering, like, what is the biggest Ubisoft game that comes out?
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, I hated every Assassin's Creed that's come out recently.
No, that's fair though.
When I say that, I mean I hated Valhalla. I didn't hate Valhalla. I gave it a good old try. It was just not as... No, it wasn't great. And I felt like I'd spent like 10 hours playing it and it achieved fuck all. And I was like, oh, but you can do it all. And it's like, but I feel like I'm just doing the same thing. I really enjoyed Odyssey though. And I think I'm going to go back and give Origins a try.
I played quite a bit of Origins.
Yeah, but that's because you're weird.
Yeah,
Can I just say that there's one thing that pissed me off about Origins and Odyssey?
Okay.
Origins, they gave you a shield.
Yeah.
Odyssey, they did not.
Yeah, I get how that's stupid.
Well, you know, I love my history, I love my mythology and stuff, but you know who were really, really, really into shields? Like big shields? Massive shields? Spartans.
Oh, shit.
Fucking Spartans love shields.
Oh, they do.
They love big shields. And they went, you know what, you're going to be a Spartan. I was like, oh, this is going to be sick. I'm going to have like this big ass fucking shield. And they went, no shields. And I went, okay, well, hang on just a second there.
Let's take it a couple steps back here.
The Greeks literally were one of the first places we know of that used shield wall fighting techniques.
Yes.
Like, technically everyone uses shield walls because they're fucking great, but it's like, you're going to be a Greek, but you're not going to have shields. Like, literally the game before you had shields, yes, but it turns out no one likes shields in the game before. It's like,
I don't get the reasoning behind it.
I don't get the reasoning either. I just like that was just my anger. Like, why the fuck did they take shields away in a game that should have had shields everywhere? Literally, your ship is covered in shields.
It is.
It's like
You could have just pulled one of them off.
it's like, see all these shields? Statues have shields. Shields are everywhere. Ubisoft fully acknowledged that the Greeks love a shield,
Yes.
and then they were like, you know what? You don't want anything to do with it.
Not a single one.
Your enemies,
No.
shields. You, no shields. No shields for you. Didn't like that.
Yeah.
Fix it, Ubisoft.
They're not going to.
No, the game is like, what, 10 years old now?
No.
It's probably only like 3, 4, 5 years old now. if I'm
Yeah,
actually
that
being
sounds
serious
close.
about it.
Origins, on the other hand, is probably closer.
Oh, but you know what else? Sorry, I just remembered. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Shields are back, motherfucker!
No, yeah.
Because you know who used shields? The Vikings used shields. Everyone used shields.
You know what they kept having references to in Origins, though, right?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it. I'm a fucking genius.
So I think that was the first one that was.
Yeah.
Was that the first one they worked with Square Enix?
Probably.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else in gaming wise that's really exciting? There is one piece of sad gaming news, I think. I'm not sure. I just saw a news story on this.
Okay.
But after 21 years,
Yep.
Rooster Teeth is closing.
Oh, good.
And apparently they're like Warner Bros, who own them, are just deleting a bunch of the stuff.
Oh.
So it's like red versus blue, gone. Like some of that really early internet kind of culture that led to pretty much led to YouTube.
Yeah.
And the popularity and of like being YouTubers and doing YouTube stuff, gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah,
that's a bit sad, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's gonna be another one of those situations. It's like, hey, I want to watch this. I can't because it's nowhere. Yeah.
I will say though, I'm kind of glad I cancelled my yearly subscription this year.
That's fair.
Yeah. Although I did cancel it because I hadn't watched their stuff in a while.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I guess that was just kind of like, that's kind of the risk that you run when you have a giant company like they had.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that it's never going to appeal to everyone. But
yeah.
it is sad to see them go. And like, you know, like, it kind of got to the point where even the stuff that I watched religiously, like I used to watch several videos of theirs a week.
Yes. I was aware I came around.
Yeah. And, you know, like back during the pandemic and shit, like fucking that subscription was like super useful because I just watch every day. I'd watch the new video that's coming out or whatever from Achievement Hunter.
And then it just swapped over to nothing but Top Gear.
Yeah. But I was like, I think one of the problems was like kind of after the pandemic there was all the scandals, and then you know the fact that like some people didn't come back, like it's almost seemed like some people didn't truly come back from after the pandemic. And like the thing is like I don't know about you, but for me like it took like almost 5 years for people to be like okay with Matt and Jeremy being in the crew now, and then it was like, oh yeah, after the pandemic Jeremy was gone, then they just tried to replace him straight away with someone, and then like other people started coming in, and it was like the people that you actually wanted to see were in it less and less. And then it was like, oh, but we got all these new people. It's like, yeah, but new people don't have, you know, like, yeah, they're a new person, and give them some time, we'll probably like them, but at the same time, it's also like, but it's like the crew. And like this is kind of the same with like, have you ever heard Adam Savage? No, you wouldn't because you don't watch Adam Savage's stuff. But there's this story about Friends, right? The TV show Friends.
Yeah. And
it was like after the first season, they were the highest paid actors in sitcoms.
Yes.
Because they negotiated as a group instead of negotiating singly. They said, "We're your 6 main characters. You need us." And
it's true.
Like, you can get away as a TV show if, like, one of the main characters plays up and you're like, we're replacing you. But if all 6 of your main characters say, no, you give us all the same deal or we all walk away, you can't replace your entire cast and have Adam Savage talks about Mythbusters, and he says one of the things was like once him and Jamie were like fully set up and couldn't be replaced, like you couldn't just walk in and get rid of them both. They went. That's when we realized we didn't do it all the time. When we saved it for when we actually needed it, but we had the bargaining power. So what they actually did was give themselves more time to film all the episodes and stuff. That was their bargaining power. But that's kind of like with everything. You can't like do a full cast replacement and expect people to just be like, oh yeah, this is fine. Because the actual thing is people fall in love with the personalities and the characters, not the format, if you will. It's like, so when a show just replaces half of its cast, or, you know, it dies.
Yeah, no,
I think we see the same thing with like reboots of shows and stuff like that, where they don't bring back the original cast, and then you're just like, oh, this is.
Oh, I've even seen it with channels where it's like they start off with this channel, and they're like, hey, we're doing this channel as well now. And then initially they're just doing both, and it's like, okay, these ones are staying here, but this one's going over here. And it only worked because they were together. The moment one of them went off, it was like, it's okay. And then they just keep adding people in, changing them, and it's just, eventually it just goes, you know what, we're kind of done now because it's not, like, everything's dropping. Yeah. Because it was the chemistry between the three that kept it going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's like, and like there's always ways you can bring people in, but the truth is like you've got to keep some stability in your main cast.
You do.
Like House is a great example.
Yeah.
Because House did change its cast several times.
True.
But usually it was one cast member would drop out, they'd bring in a new cast member. Then another one would drop out, they'd bring. But there was always one or two or three. Like for House, it was three characters who were stable, and they would not drop in and come and go. And it was like, you know. But the more you mix up something, the more you kind of change it. I guess like my golden rule is like Scrubs.
Yeah.
Because the second that they went Scrubs med school, and it was like, it's sort of the same formula, except we're focusing on different characters. The younger characters, the older characters are making cameos. It was all like downhill.
Yeah, because it doesn't work as well. Because it becomes
like the formula was the same. It was medical drama comedy.
But it's like,
but it was like the characters were the reason we loved it, not the situation.
Yeah, well, because the thing is, like, once again, it's that chemistry based thing. They worked really well together. They're trying to mimic something. Yeah. When they don't work as well together. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just thought I'd mention that. As I said, I'll do some more looking into it because I've only seen one report on it, but it seemed pretty legit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just crazy.
And they had some good content.
Some very good content.
Yes.
And they had a lot of good laughs over the years.
This is where we keep getting a ghost hunting joke from.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's 100% where it comes from.
But again, I guess it's one of the risks you take. Because, like, here's the truth about it. I think, like, Achievement Hunter ended up having something like 20 employees.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, I say 20. It is probably closer to, like... Actually, it probably was closer to 20. Because they had all the editors who you very rarely saw, plus the main cast, plus the sort of semi-half main cast. And it's like... And at the end of the day, it's like... That's so many people to try and run. Like, that's like small business numbers.
Yeah.
Not like...
Not a channel.
Yeah. Like a channel, and it's like, it's great, it's fun, Oh, yeah, we don't have to edit anymore because we've got a whole team of editors doing stuff, but it's also like at the same time, it's like, you put out one video a day.
Yeah.
And you're paying 20 people.
It's a lot for one video a day.
So, yeah, I don't know, just, end of an era, Kris. End of an era.
We've had a few of those with YouTube, though.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Again, I think one of the funniest things is it's you can actually watch it because it's all about growth. And it's like the more they try to expand and become bigger and bigger and bigger, it's like eventually they just hit the point where it's like they're too big now.
Well, it's not even just that. There's other ones where it's like they keep going, and it's like after years of doing it, they realise they want to get into something else. It still started and led from YouTube. It's like Markiplier. He wants to get into filming, which is why he's done his big projects where he's done a lot of filming.
Yeah, he wants to.
Like, he wants to step out of that. Like, he's still doing YouTube videos here and there, but that's where he wants to go. So, ideally, that's where he's going to go. In the end.
Ideally.
Yes. But it was doing YouTube that led him to realise, oh, actually, no, I want to try that out. I would enjoy it.
That's actually wrong. From his own words, he wanted to do filming before YouTube. YouTube was just a means to an end.
I suppose, yeah.
Because obviously he didn't have any connections in the film industry, so
yeah, I suppose. And whereas now he's got big enough that he could.
Well, now he has money to back himself up.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, no, that's kind of where we end. I think. I don't think there's really anything else to say. Honestly, I haven't really been keeping up with a lot of game stuff, except for one more fact, which I think is incredibly interesting, which is that even though we haven't heard any news about it for like 2 years now, apparently the KOTOR remake is still happening. We're not cancelling. It's still going. And I can only say, after the recent release of the Battlefront collection, I've never been more worried about something.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, it's kind of sucky.
Or was that a thing of them trying to get people to buy it to get a little bit more funding towards it?
Fuck if I know. But anyway, guys, yeah, as I said, that's about it, really. Nothing really more to add to that. So, thank you for joining us. If you would like the video, consider liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing. If you want to see more from me and Kris, please check out the rest of the channel.
Yes.
We're generally there. I'm always there. Kris is sometimes there.
Yeah.
We try and keep him away from the camera as much as possible because, honestly, I keep having to replace cameras. They just break every time they see him. I'm not lying. And, yeah. We hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time. He's ugly. See you later, guys.
Wow.
Money? I'll take it, Kris. You know what they say? More money, more problems. So, therefore, the logical thought process there is no money, no problems.
No, that's incorrect.
I don't know.
I do.
Do dead people have any problems?
No, but that's...
Do they have any money?
Some of them. Well, they gave it away, yeah. Well, they didn't give it away. It got taken.
No, they're dead. Dead people can't have stuff.
Well, yeah, but they're dead, so they've got no problems because they're dead.
No, they got no problems because they got no money.
No, it's because they're dead.
They got no money because they're dead.
Yes, but that's not the reason why they don't have problems. Oh, actually, no, it could be. Maybe they had no money and they got so sad that they just ended it all. No money, no problems. But
no money, no problems, Kris. So let's solve all of your problems.
No, I need the money. I need the money.
But we can solve all your problems right fucking now.
I gotta pay for this.
Kris, you're being very negative towards this whole "we can solve all your problems" kind of mentality, and I don't appreciate that.
I need to bake things.
Don't make me comment you. Oh, okay, let's get started. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit teary after that. That was a very aggressive. That was a very aggressive. Sorry. Oh, fuck.
Oh, this is pretty good.